Hello everyone, my name is Hui Li and my student number is 1085068. In this presentation, I will reflect on my understanding of leadership in early childhood education, the leadership model that aligns with my values, and how this will influence my future practice as an early childhood educator. Before my study in early childhood education, I thought leadership was related to a formal position. Leadership to me was primarily one of authority, making decisions, and experience. As I progressed through my studies and placements, this understanding gradually changed. During my placement observations, I found that leadership was frequently practiced by everyone, not necessarily through position, but through collaboration and interactions and shared responsibility. In hindsight, I now see that my perception of leadership was rather limited because it didn't consider the leadership that educators do daily through their practice and interactions with others. My understanding of leadership grew further, and I also started to think about what type of leadership resonated most with me and my experiences. My preferred leadership style is distributed leadership. Distributed leadership is when a team has a leadership responsibility and not an individual. It acknowledges that there are educators who have valuable knowledge, skills, and experiences to draw from that will enhance the outcome for children. I think the most attractive part of this model is that it mirrors what I've seen on placement. Distributed leadership is very relevant to early childhood education as effective practice requires collaboration between educators, families, and children. Equally, I understand that distributed leadership can be problematic. Communication and decision making can be more difficult if roles and responsibilities are not clearly defined. I think, however, these issues can be overcome by open communication, mutual respect, and reflective practice. This leadership also shapes the values and responsibilities I hope to maintain as a future early childhood educator. My leadership approach is closely connected to my professional commitments as a future early child educator. Firstly, I'm committed to respecting children's rights, agency, and well being. As a result of my study and placements, I can see that children are capable and competent learners who actively participate in their own learning. Very young children do not necessarily use words to make their needs, interests, and preference known. They may use variety methods instead. I have realized from this experience that in the process of respecting children's agency, it is important to also acknowledge and respond to nonverbal communication. Secondly, I am dedicated to developing respectful, trusting partnerships with families. Families are children's first teacher and bring valuable knowledge about children's strengths, interests, and experiences. Lastly, I am discovering that collaboration, reflective practice, and professional learning are roles for all educators. But professional commitments only matter if they affect practice. My leadership style and commitment as a professional impact my decision-making process and interactions with colleagues. When I'm working with children, I try to make my decision based on observation and not on assumption. I have noticed children are able to communicate through gestures, facial expressions, and behaviors. By noting these cues, educators can respond to children's interests and support children's agency and participation in learning. My leadership approach also influences the way I work with families. I think that strong partnerships are established in the form of constant communication, respect, and shared understanding. Listening to families' view assists educators to make decisions and support children's learning and well-being effectively. Distributed leadership fosters collaboration with colleagues, observations of children's behavior, shared ideas, and reflective conversations can contribute to more informed decision making and enhance learning opportunities for children. As I reflect on my learning experiences, I am able to see how my understanding of leadership has grown from my studies and placement experience. And now I realize that leadership can be expressed in relationships, collaboration, and professional responsibility. Leadership identity develops through professional learning, reflection, and experience rather than simply holding a formal leadership position. And it is a lifelong learning process. Leadership is a journey of continuous learning from children, family, colleagues, and professional experience. I am an aspiring collaborative educator, reflective practitioner, and an advocate for children's rights, well-being, and learning. I now understand that being a leader in early childhood education does not mean being a position of authority. It is a rather shown by working together and by ethical responsibility and daily practice in the workplace. I have strong values that are aligned with distributed leadership, and it recognizes the importance of collaboration and shared expertise in supporting the positive outcomes for children. Moving forward, I hope to continue developing as an ethical and reflective educator who values ongoing learning and professional growth. Thank you for listening.